Why hello there and welcome back to my channel where today we're going to be talking about what is probably one of the best animated multimedia franchises ever to exist. These movies are just historical at this point with a total of 44 animated movies. We have plots as vast as fighting in medieval times to mermaids and fairies with little blue fuzzy guys that sing the best opera. There really is no need for further introduction, so let's just dive right into this. We're in the late 90s, and Barbie was losing its popularity because kids were going to something more new, such as Bratz dolls, and at this time, Pixar just popped off with Toy Story. So Mattel thought to maybe pick up some CGI animated films too. With this, they could revive the brand, sell more dolls, this time with dolls tied to stories, and make Barbie feel more like a character rather than just a doll. So in 2001, Mattel releases Barbie in the Nutcracker. This was the first ever Barbie film that was ballet based, had classical music, and very early CGI. This was a work of art. They hired orchestras, real composers with the Nutcracker music from the original ballet dancers for motion captures, and this was kind of high quality CGI for its time. It really isn't the best, but hey, it's 2001. This is the best we're gonna get. And as beautiful and aesthetic as it can be, there's also some questionable and just weird stuff. It just looks weird, but it's Barbie, so a lot of it's gonna be creepy. And there's gonna be a stupid dance break, but hey, it was the most perfect debut for Barbie. And they sold an insane amount of DVDs. It was a hit. And this era, it saved Barbie financially. It really did. So after Nutcracker, they're like, okay, we have to make more because clearly it was a hit. The kids want more. The kids need more. So Mattel, they doubled down, and this leads into our early 2000s era of Barbie movies. We're gonna call this the fairy tale nostalgic era, also known as the classics. We have Rapunzel 2002, Swan Lake in 2003, where Mattel realized that girls loved the fairy tale aesthetic. We were eating that up. So Swan Lake, it was leaning harder into magic, forests, creatures, and that iconic soundtrack. Again, ballet dancers, orchestras, motion captures. Then we have the most popular one, 2004, Princess and the Pauper. This was Barbie's first musical.
I'm just like you. I think that's true. You're just like me. Yes, I can see we take responsibility.
With original songs in this time 2 Barbies on screen. Princess Annalise, who's very ungrateful and hates being a princess, and she doesn't want to marry a rich prince. Then we have Erica, who has a valid point. She's a maid, and she just wants out of the cycle that she's in. This is still to this day one of the highest rated Barbie movies made, and yes, the DVD sales did skyrocket. Next is the mid-2000s. We're gonna call this one the lore era. This is when Mattel decided to stop relying on classic stories and now get into their own original stories. We start off with Fairytopia in 2005. This was the first Barbie movie not based on existing storylines. A new world, new characters, and new mythology. This is then followed by Mermaidia in 2006. And this right here is when we're introduced to Bibble.
Delicious.
Bibble?
If you don't know who Bibble is, I am sorry you did not have a childhood, because he's the best sidekick to ever exist in any sort of movie ever. Like, who doesn't want a blue fluffy fuzzball just running around singing opera and screaming? He truly carried my childhood and just brought so much joy to me. This era was great for the franchise. It was no longer just ballets or old fairy tale stories. It was something more modern, something more new. And following that, we had The Magic Pegasus, and we also had The Island Princess, being another original musical, this time having animals with personalities. I would say these ones are giving more of a Disney vibe instead of that old nostalgic feeling. It's now having like this entire magical franchise that us kids just got invested in. This next one is my personal favorite era. It's the 2010s to 2015, the modern princess era. This is where Barbie takes that fantasy and starts blending it with modern girlhood. We started off strong with my personal favorite, Princess Charm School in 2011. Very much more modern. We now have technology mixed with princesses. The CGI was just so much more realistic. It was more modern. This was then followed by Barbie and a Mermaid Tale in 2010 and the sequel in 2012, where we have the icon Maria Summers, a surfer who's also a mermaid princess. And it was cool to combine just your normal average human girl and make her magically like a princess. We have the music with like the Queen of the Waves dance. and the characters in this movie are really fun. I highly recommend that you watch this one. The main focus of this era was basically confidence, friendship, and of course, girl power. Like I said before, animation was just better, and Barbie was now more relatable. Then from 2016 to 2021, it's basically just Barbie for modern kids because sadly, we always have to modernize things. I didn't really care to watch any of these movies because I'm 20 and the only reason I would watch Barbie is for the nostalgia, and these movies just don't look good. Nothing really else to say with this. We're just gonna judge the book by its cover for that one. But let me ask you this. Why did Barbie movies actually work? Because let's be honest, these films had no reason to go as hard as they did. Looking back on them, it is so weird. And the CGI, it cringes me out sometimes. But they were consistently successful. And here's the formula. It's gotta be the lore. Yes, Barbie has lore. I'm gonna take us back to Fairytopia, Mermaidia, and Magic of the Rainbow. It was just a whole connected universe with kingdoms, politics, creatures, and a literal fairy education system. And then taking us to Mariposa, we just have an entire society built around lights, wings, and star creatures. 12 dancing princesses were dancing on blocks in our room that open up into this magic world of ballet and dancing. I think we're just taking children's minds and putting it into a movie because this was honestly my dream as a child, just to go into some magic land or be a princess. And the romance, personally, especially in the early ones, the princes were just gentlemen and you had to just fall in love with them. Barbie movies are just the most feminine movies that a little girl could grow up with. These movies are just so girly and cutesies. The happy moments in the films will be like bright colors, pink, purple, shimmery stuff. And then the sad moments are just like green, ugly guys with warts. And it's just really creepy and nasty. It's just hilarious how like the villains are the most ugly, foul, disgusting things. And then it's just amazing girlhood sparkle, love, everything's beautiful. And we also just have so many storylines. Barbie and the Three Musketeers, she's literally a maid and then starts fighting people. She can be a peasant who hates her life, so she marries a rich man, or just like a magic surfer who randomly decides one day to save her mermaid kingdom. Then there's the animal sidekicks in these movies. Like I mentioned before, Bibble from Fairytopia, he carried those movies. I don't care about anything but Bibble, maybe Prince Nalu, but just Bibble. But then we also have the elephant in Island Princess, that weird creepy laughing monkey in 12 Dancing Princesses. We have random animals that should not be talking. Oh gosh, I'm just thinking of that monkey. That thing scared me so much as a kid. So in the end, the Barbie movies are just truly magical, truly amazing, and just a one-of-the-kind work of art that I will truly be grateful for my whole life. And if you didn't grow up with Barbie, I'm really sorry for you. That is just sad, and I think your childhood was ruined. Like, even if you're a dude, I remember my brothers watching Barbie with me. We got down on that. But I'm so sorry that your childhood had to get ruined like that. And it's too late now, not to be a gatekeeper, but the only reason to watch it nowadays is the nostalgia factor, or else you're just gonna be confused. If you can't tell, I'm a big Barbie fan. I love Barbie. I will be raising my kids on that because there's no other better thing to raise your children on. They're gonna be loving, they're gonna be kind, and they are gonna know that they can do anything they want to do. So thanks for sticking around and listening to me talk about Barbie, because there's really nothing else better to talk about. But I will see you next time. If not, thanks for watching.
And don't think I forgot about you, baby.